When members are wanting classes, they're wanting continuing ed or education, it's where do they learn best? Is it through a Zoom class because it's more convenient, or do they need to be in person? So SPAAR really wants to know where they can best serve members. The member survey is given every other year, right? Every 2 years.
Is that how often it is?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because we did it 2 years ago, and now we're doing it again this year, this fall of 2021.
And I can't believe it's been over a decade since the survey started, which is wonderful.
Yes, all of the information that we get each time, we're able to compare to what we've had before, and it's really fun to evaluate that.
And I noticed how things had improving in the association as well, because this survey helps a lot to bring different ideas and perspectives and get some input from members from SPAAR, which is great.
Yeah, SPAAR doesn't know how they can best serve us unless we tell them how, right? So we want to respond to those questions in the survey so they can know where their services can best fit our needs as realtors out in the community.
Chelsea, can you tell us what kind of things that this survey helps us to identify?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of great questions that come out, and one of the things that really hits me right now when you ask that question has to do with how our world has gone so virtual, and when members are wanting classes, they're wanting continuing ed or education, it's where do they learn best? Is it through a Zoom class because it's more convenient, or do they need to be in person? So SPAAR really wants to know where they can best serve members from an education standpoint so they can fit their licensing criteria and all of the different education requirements that are out there. So I think that's a really key identifier, so they can provide services online or in a classroom or all of the above. What might be something that you would comment on in the survey? Has there been anything on your brain lately that you'd like to see more services for?
Yes, I noticed there is a lot of opportunities for charity to help others out there, and this is a good way to engage and throw ideas. What suggestions do you have about different non-profit organizations that they need our help with? And that's the part that I love. Give suggestions. Okay, I know about this place, and this is what they do, and that's what I love.
The charitable opportunities.
Yep.
Excellent.
They give back to our community.
What a great idea.
Yeah. Chelsea, can I ask you a question? How all these questions get formulated in the survey?
Oh, that's a great question. So it's my understanding that there's about 7 to 10 committees inside of SPAAR that are all member-based and volunteers. And of those different committees, they all kind of put a question in the hat, if you will, of what's important to them. What are they trying to learn about the members from their, like there's the diversity committee, there's the professionalism committee, there's our communications committee, and there's, like I said, 7 to 10 of them, and they're all looking for different answers to the questions of how they can better serve us as members.
What is the next steps after a survey, really?
Well, it's my understanding after the survey goes out and the responses have come back, then SPAAR is going to create focus groups. And the purpose of those focus groups is to help collect all that information and kind of interpret the data. Okay. So just because, people say yes or no to a question, and maybe it's a 50-50 shot, or maybe there's more detail in the question and answer or a comment. The purpose of the focus groups is to help understand what the meaning behind the answers might be. Okay. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. It's kind of like putting those ideas or those inputs into a consideration. Really?
Right.
What is behind? Right. So if I want to participate in a focus group and be part of that, I believe all that you have to do really is just email to SPAAR@SPAAR.com.
Exactly.
And just put in the title, right?
Yep.
Focus
just shoot
group.
SPAAR an email saying that you're interested in being part of the focus group. It's completely volunteer.
Okay.
It is part of, they want the members to be part of that focus group as well, and not just have SPAAR totally interpret the data. But yeah, exactly. Just shoot SPAAR at SPAAR.com. SPAAR, an email that
Okay.
you're interested in participating in the focus groups. Paola,
Yes.
will you be taking the SPAAR member survey?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I'll be taking it as well.
Sounds great.
It's only going to take 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you say that you'll take a survey, and then after the first few questions, do you ever feel like it just keeps going on
Yep.
and on? And then sometimes people abort.
Yeah.
So 15 minutes should be all that it takes just to get through the survey. And sometimes people can do it faster. It just depends on how easy the questions are for you.
Yeah, that's true.
But have the patience and get through it, and
Absolutely.
then we can count
You
it.
can do it any moment.
There's giveaways, like there's a drawing for the participants that participate in the survey.
See, I'm participating.
Right?